Welcome back to Fighters Drinking Coffee. Today we have Will Bullock, brown belt competitor out of Leodala, but also the host of the Dreams Not Fame podcast. Will, welcome on.
Thank you guys, man. It's a pleasure being here, man. It's a pleasure.
All right, dude, I want to hear this hot take on the gas station. Was it the coffee or the food? We can do both.
All right, so which one you want to do first?
Let's do food, then coffee.
Let's do food and coffee. All right, my hot take on the food for... All right, so Wawa's the superior food. I honestly highly recommend Wawa for anything in terms of coffee, in terms of food, because I actually went down to North Carolina and I was like, you know what? Let me go get a quesadilla. I've only done like their coffee. I got a quesadilla. My own daughter was eating that thing like it was nothing. So I'm like, Wawa hands down. But my official hot take is, for food, you have to find a specific 7-Eleven in your neighborhood that you know that you can trust, that know that when they're on their stuff, that it's going to be fire. I had many of drunk nights of 7-Eleven in the Haymarket area near One Life that I knew what time they put the fresh wings in, and if the wings weren't fresh, he'll put fresh ones in for me. You have to have that relationship with your local gas station to get like that, man.
You got to meet your local gas station.
You got to meet your local gas station.
So is like wings number one?
Wings number one there.
What else?
You got to go with the taquitos.
I was going to say, taquitos got to be up there.
Taquitos is number two. And then I really don't get the dogs that much, but if it's a fresh pizza, I might actually do the fresh pizza.
All right.
The dogs are always questionable.
That's the question mark.
Sitting on that roller, man.
That I'm like, I don't know that, but the taquitos, I've never had bad taquito.
Especially when those dogs start getting like that extra
grease,
skin.
that grease.
Too. They start to dry out on the roller.
But you said you're from Kentucky, Scott.
That's right.
And you guys don't have like the delicacy that we have on the East Coast.
The delicacy that you have on the East Coast, for real. Like seriously, we've this is probably the third or fourth time we talked about it on the show, but dude. Yes. Where I'm from, like gas station food culture, it's like you go in and you buy like chips or some beef jerky or whatever, and like maybe you'll get like a breakfast sandwich or something, but there's not the delicacy of East Coast. We make, some of them are like fresh to order, like Sheets. I don't know if Wawa does that too, but like you order your sandwich, they make you the sandwich right there.
Yep.
We don't do that.
I think Sheets, my wife is more of a Sheets person. I never had a problem with Sheets. I think Wawa is just superior. In terms of their sandwiches and everything else, I've had chicken sandwich from them, fire. The coffee's cheaper than the 7-Eleven because the only reason why I moved to Wawa in my tiers because I got tired of 7-Eleven coffee. That's the only reason. And I was like, all right, cool. We get 2 for 1 there. It's cheaper at, like, if you want to get quick snacks, of course, 7-Eleven's cheaper. But if you want some quick coffee for like 12, 16 ounce for what, $2.79? I know that's bad that I know the number of the freaking coffee.
You're an educated consumer, dude.
Educated consumer, but that's decent than the $3 or $4 you're gonna pay at 7-Eleven for that coffee. So it is a culture thing. Rural Farms is another one we're talking about. That is specifically Maryland. I haven't really seen it in Virginia, but yeah, Rural Farms is the same way.
There are a couple. I think they're known for their fried chicken. That's that's their like claim to fame is the fried chicken at Rural Farms.
I have a friend who just started mukbanging, and I told him to do this. I was like, dude, you can just like do the gas station mukbang because this is like a weird little regional like battle that people have over like who has the best gas station food, and I'm just kind of an observer. I'll jump in eventually. Like I think I'm due for it, especially because I've been talking about it. But I'm very curious to see.
Dude, the one thing we're talking about, the Buc-ee's, right? I haven't heard of it, but I have a friend of mine that lives in Tennessee, which is the main thing down that way. And we just got one off of 81. I'm like, I have no reason to go to 81 yet, but it's like,
are you curious?
I'm curious because I thought it was an actual restaurant. I didn't know it was a gas station. That's how much of a known thing of their food and their stuff it is.
Well, so the Buc-ee's model is it actually, so they do super cheap gas so people stop, but their main thing is the food. Like you're supposed to go in and like spend money inside. So they have cheaper gas than everyone else. So people stop,
clothes and shit,
go inside, like buy everything, shop at the restaurant, get food, get the barbecue apparently. And like, so their whole business model's around like get people to stop because they're going to go inside, have that cute little mascot. Like they've got to figure it out.
They have it to a T because that mascot thing, I'm just like, it's a weird, I'm sorry guys.
You're good.
Oh, you're good.
Nah, we're good here. Sorry about that. But nah, it's like, yeah, I just never been. If it gets closer to 234, yeah, but it's one of those things of like that mythical thing of like the gas stations. I don't know what it is. And it's regional. Like when I went to North Carolina, they were just celebrating There are 100 Wawa and they're like the 100 sheets.
So funny.
And it's like, I'm in a flip universe where everything up here is like, oh, we got too many sheets. We got too many Wawas. We got too many 7-Elevens. Like, it's a whole different universe.
Yeah, the Buc-ee's thing is interesting because I did a month in Austin a couple of years ago, just trained out there, and they're all over, right? Like you said,
it's a thing.
It's like that's the thing. It came over from what I saw. I don't even know the original story, but what I've observed, it seems like it came over from like the South, kind of Southeast, whatever you want to call Texas. It's like straight dead center South, and it's like moving its way east, and now it's coming up into our territory. So it's like it's all over the South though, and you're right. People are like little nutty weirdos about like loving it, but I guess it's kind of like it's so American sounding.
Yeah,
for us to be like it. You know what I think it is though? I think it's like the convenience factor. Like Americans just love everything simple and easy, all in one spot, and like decent value, good quality.
Yeah.
So it's all that shit. I didn't know about the cheap gas.
Yeah,
I didn't know about cheap gas.
I like that.
Oh yeah,
smart move. I'm like, all of this is a good capitalism move too. Like when you're gonna stop and you're traveling, you're on a road trip, you need to get a bite. Like eat here.
Yeah, 100%. What you were trying to say?
I was gonna say if you know, like all of those places have cheaper gas than like your standard run of the mill.
BP or whatever.
Like they all have like similar things, but apparently Buc-ee's is like that on steroids.
Oh, I like wow, man, that's crazy. But nah, man, that's how gas station food was like my introduction in the gas station thing, and then coffee was just like. Once you have a kid, man, like you need caffeine. It's one of those things. I came here with coffee with no kid today, just because like it's been one of those things. But coffee after I had a kid, switching and everything, it came from Starbucks to realizing Starbucks is shitty coffee,
overpriced trash
that you only get a 5-minute buzz from. Now I ain't gonna lie, the little winery drinks, there, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm not the pumpkin spice. But there's this one that has some type of concoction of milk. It's amazing. Next time I'm on here, I will make sure I let y'all know which one.
Shots? It's what, like the little cans?
It's like a cinnamon drink. I forget what it's called. Oh, man. You're going to make me remind me. I'm going to tell you.
We'll do you know what we'll do? We'll have you come in. We'll train in the morning. Yeah. We usually train around like 8. I've been doing 7 a.m. by the way.
I know.
I heard. It's
a lot. But like, dude, come in for all of it. Come in, train, and then there's a Starbucks right over there.
Yeah.
So we come up here, clean up, Starbucks, order some food, and then we'll do like a little side by side, like Starbucks versus whatever.
We'll do Starbucks versus the French press.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that.
And then whatever food.
Whatever we want.
Our usual
some
our BOGO.
Bagels.
Or try to scam the
we try to mash, dude, because it's like, I mean, you wake up like I woke up at 5:30 this morning.
Dude.
I know.
Dude, on
but
Saturday.
You know what, dude? I know. Here's my thing. I told the guys too, like you motherfuckers who show up at 7 a.m., like, which of your enemies is getting up at 5 or whatever? Like, they show up at 7 a.m. to train on a Saturday. My buddy, Eric, who we train with, world champion brown belt, like he's a beast. He's dad. He's got like 3 kids. Busy dude, right? Like you probably
3 kids. Yeah.
He like doesn't sleep ever. He's just a machine. And he like since he wrestled at Penn State, and he's a beast, right? He sent me this clip. I think it was John Smith, like a million-time, champion, whatever, gold medalist, and this and that. Like he's like, he's retired or whatever. He's coaching now or something. He's like in his 50s or 60s. He's talking about how when he was in his prime, he would like get up at 3 a.m. and run because he was like, that's what the Russians were doing. He's like, I know they're awake doing their shit. He's like, I'm getting up and I'm going to fucking run right now. I'm not going to have them like outwork my ass. And I was like, he loved that. I was like, I like this too. So anyways.
No, like I 100% understand early morning training because I'm a big proponent on weekends. Like my weekends are solely like, I don't go out. And it's kind of funny. Like the rarity that I go out is when I'm not in comp mode. I'm not in anything like that. So when I have that brief moment to chill, like I was saying after this, I'm actually seeing one of my friends out in Arlington later. It's just like, I have that one moment. I have nothing to do. I'm good to go. I've done all that. But most of my weekends, man, I'm waking up early in the morning, 7 in the morning, go get my lift in the morning like I just did today.
Yeah.
I'm normally at a jiu-jitsu gym by noon or something like that, or I'm teaching. When we started opening up our gym, because we had the Blue Belt Quintet at NGA, the Blue Belts wanted to come in early. I was like, all right, 10 a.m. because they didn't want to do the set. So we're going to get in a second real quick. But because there's dedication, which is at 7 a.m. because I'm like, if you're here at 7 a.m. with me, that means you're here for the shits. You are here. This makes you want to be here.
This is your priority.
You want to be here. And if you're here between 7 or 7:15, because I understand late.
People can be a little bit late.
Whatever, But if you in here in that time, you want the shit. You with the smoke, right? So I have no problem with that whatsoever. Like my mornings, my Monday through Friday, I would say I'm pretty sure I'll work all my people.
I like it.
I am in the gym by 7:30. I'm actually, if my job ain't listening to this, I'm actually in meetings while I'm in the gym lifting. Like I'm getting my lift in while I'm listening to the meeting. Like I don't care. Midday I'm taking a run because right now it's nice outside. And during the wintertime, not that much. I'm not in my Rocky mode. I'm good off that. But in the evening I do jiu-jitsu. So it's like I have that balance. So it's like 2-3 workouts a day. I know my competitors are only doing 2. They're probably only still in that phase of, I only need to do jiu-jitsu. It's not like that. You need to do expansions of that. So, no, when you have guys like the guys because I heard you guys do at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., and I'm like, I have a long day tomorrow. I knew I was going to get my max day in yesterday. I didn't get it yesterday. I was like, I have to do it today. So I was like, I'm not going to do jiu-jitsu, come back, max day, come back out to Arlington, go back home, then back out to Arlington.
Yeah,
it was just
you
like,
got to map it all out.
You got to map it. But yeah, man.
My other thing too is like Saturdays. It's just like we're done by 9.
Yeah,
like
you have your day.
I have my day. I got my day, and I'll train tomorrow. I'll lift tomorrow. Asim's got me doing that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like I can do that whenever. Like Sunday's pretty flexible for me. But like Saturday, it's just I get it. It's more
in and out,
man.
In and out,
and it's done. It's like 9 a.m. I'm like, all right, dude. Like shower. Have some food, drink some coffee. If we're not recording, we're recording now.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not used to this. I'm like, I actually have some flexibility. This is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do the rest of the day?
For real.
Like
I'll see you guys. I'll watch football.
Do stuff like that. My Sundays are normally like that because my Sundays before Tim Dawson, the owner of High Noon, started doing.
Are you going out there? Are you doing those Sundays?
Yes, I love those.
I'm thinking about doing that
too. So yeah, my normal days now are morning jiu-jitsu on Sunday, and then sometimes going to the High Noon comp training at 5 p.m. Now into that. Now, big shout out to Tim Dawson. He is a good friend of mine. Me and Tim I wouldn't say go back, but he's been in my life jiu-jitsu for pretty much my entire time in jiu-jitsu. Those comp training classes, I'm telling you right now that it's creating monsters.
Okay.
It is a monster high comp class. Like I really have been in teeters. Like if I'm have to choose one, if I'm doing Sunday, I'm going to that class at 5 p.m. I can run in the morning. I can do something in the gym in the morning so I can be there for my kid. But those high level classes there, they don't care. It's now in jiu-jitsu now. I think the DMV area is style kind of realized after years of everyone has borders for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Now everyone's kind of being in a melting pot. I think Asim kind of did that one way with how everyone's being in different gyms and going to him for any type of lifting whatsoever. I think that's very, very effective. And I think that contributed to everyone breaking down walls to what they're doing with these group comp classes now. Because now when we go to tournaments or we go to IBJJF, or going to PANs or going to Worlds now, it's not just your gym. You're representing the region now. Because now everything has become regional in jiu-jitsu where you have the DMV, then you have New York and New Jersey, then you have Texas, and you have California, and then you have the Florida people. And then you got the Spotsville in between, whatever. But now it's kind of more unison than it has been in years past, in my opinion, because I've been here for like 10 years, from white to brown, seeing how it grown, how it evolved. I've seen the politics. I've seen the debates and everything like that. But the one thing I've seen the borders kind of knocked down a little bit. Well, it's just kind of cool to see now.
It is cool to see.
Well,
6:30 for Sundays.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. to 6, like around 6:30, 6:45.
7.
5-7. Okay.
5-7. I think 5-7. And Tim always lies to us, like, we're gonna get some pre-rolling in, but no, it's the entire day of games.
It's organized.
Organized games. We did 2 hours of straight stand-up one time.
Okay.
Straight stand-up. And that was
brutal,
but it was one of those things where if he said you can't quit. And I fully believe you can't. You might get tired. You can only get water when he says to get water. I'm down with that. That was one of those things, like, it's mind over matter. You're pushing. You're like, I don't care, because the guy in front of me, it could be my boy Nick, it could be one of my other guys, Cam. I did a whole 2-hour session with Cam, me and him just going at it, which is an amazing experience. And shout out to Cam, who is a 4-time ADCC champion, who is now just got ranked, who's finally, after getting that bullshit off. I'm sorry, because he should be top 10 by now. I'm sick and tired of that shit.
He is now.
Thank God.
I think he was top 10.
I thought he just got into the 15.
Is that what it was?
I thought he just cracked 15. I might be wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect you, brother.
Are you talking about the flow ranking?
Yeah, the flow ranking. Because that was, he went 3 straight, and then by the time he got his 4th one, they finally put him in the flow ranking.
And it probably had a lot to do with everyone being like, hey.
Yeah, like, hey.
I think with those guys, they look at their guys.
Yeah.
I think they're a little like lazy, dude. I think they know the same names. I think it's kind of like I think they need to step up their journalism game a little bit. Like, we actually need to like pay attention to who's doing what here.
Yeah. Let me get to Tim Dawson and let me finish. You can finish that one because there's a whole thing I feel like, and this goes to.
I'll have the answer here in just a second. So
right.
Mike's going to fact check us.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, I'm just going to get the, because I think
throw Tim some love.
He is number 15.
Okay, he is number 15.
All right.
But yeah, it starts at 5 p.m. He does a game style. I remember I brought up some of the blue belts at my gym up there. Like, I thought this was open, man. I was like, no, this is training. Like, you're in that mindset now of, open match where I get my time in. No, that open match when you play your game. This is where I'm doing stand-up for 2 hours. I'm not going to get tired going through a 5-6 man rounds of pans and I'm standing up every single time, or I'm wrestling every single time, or I'm doing this, that, and the third. This is where you hone in on particular areas of your game. And that's why I love that training so much. And that's what kind of influenced some of the stuff when I teach jiu-jitsu about specific areas. It's not about learning, and he can do this in this room because he has high-level people. So you're not getting learned a new technique. You're getting simple, basic, we're chopping down the tree each time. And I love it, man. So I highly suggest just ping him, reach out, say, hey, I'm bringing such and all that. And everybody's great with it. More the merrier, man. More the fucking merrier. But back to the other point that you were trying to point out, man, I think, and I saw this at CGI, I made this point at VGI too when they're doing the interviews, which is a nice thing we're going to talk about in a second too with me and Michael. But the game is getting at the higher up level secular. And it's the same teams. It's the same names. It's the same names for, I think, 5-6 years now, in my opinion. I think that void happened once Gordon left. Even though I'm not a big Gordon fan, but it's like that void left and you're just getting the same rotation people, right? I think finishers is one that's actually like a good feeder camp into the higher ups. I think Toro Cup, even though I have my problems with Toro Cup between me and my team on that, they are feeder camp into those higher ups. But I don't think specifically, they don't go for the individuals anymore. They go for camps. They go for the altos. They go for new wave. They go for all that and the third, which is fine. They got some hitters. That's respectable. But what about the new guys? Why don't you guys pull guys that are in pans and Nogi world and get them a shot? Because they put the hard work in, but they're using the same method of, I'm going to just do all these super fights till I get my name big enough and I'm due here without getting that much recognition in the individual game IBJJF. Now, with being said, I don't have that standard of golds on my name yet. And I play that game. But I'm understanding of where I play that because I'm not a world champ. Most of these people in here are in that bracketing are not world champs. But they're going through that process like, I'm in that process, like I need some gold around my name to get out here and do all that, but they're not doing that. So it's just like, oh, this guy did CGI. He has a 10K following. Let me get him here because he got the content and he can get all that stuff. And granted, the fact, 10K is not nothing to laugh about. I would love to have fucking 10K followers. But it's like you're just doing it to just drive more eyes.
Little clout.
And little clout. I think everything has clout, but you got to also understand when people have good jiu-jitsu and so they know what fucking balls to the wall let's go, you will see that in their game. You will not see it in these higher ups anymore. Because I will say this now, I said it at VGI too in the podcast. The men had to get more money to play more of a game because they were just being too shy, gun shy. Meanwhile, the women, even though we're not going into the pay disparity on that, even though the women rip each other's heads off, I don't like it. To me, I think there's a stalemate at the top of things right now.
They also do it once a year. So it's kind of like ADCC's got the regionals, right? IBJF has 1 million tournaments a year. PGF is doing seasons, but PGF is also doing like a tryout thing. So that kind of helps with like the you win the tryouts, you're in PGF. Maybe they do like some invites if like you won a couple years or whatever. But like obviously ADCC has trials where 1 or 2 guys we we talked about this in the last one for like the women. Only one of them apparently gets slot. Only one of the trials winners. Yeah,
they only get
they only count
get
one
an
of the
invite
trials
after the second trials. So they don't do the first trials for the women's bracket. Doesn't count.
It doesn't make sense, right?
So like I saw
jiu-jitsu's weird all around, but
it's a weird thing. They're like, well, it's because there's only half as many women in the worlds. And it's like, well, just do the full whatever, do the full bracket. The women's combat sports is one of the few sports where like, I mean, this is probably gonna end up getting some hate, but fuck it.
We love it.
It's one of the few sports that like the watchability factor of men's versus women's is very even.
Yes.
Like compared to like, you have a bunch of other sports where it's just not as developed or like, or the rule sets have been dumbed down or they've just dumbed the sport down. But like combat sports, women's MMA, women's boxing, and women's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all great to watch. And so like, why not make that a bigger bracket and then make that trials count?
I've seen women jiu-jitsu grow within the last 10 years. Different facilitators within the region. The too many names to count for that. So I just want to say that right now. Within the region, there's so many female black jiu-jitsu practitioners who have brought the game up for the women's side. And I will say this, as a commentator for NGA, women always are bangers, bro. They always are bangers.
You remember the tag team?
The tag team is a banger. Shout out to Becca. Game changer.
Game changer.
You know what's funny? And Becca should go to a lawyer with somebody. As soon as the women did tag teams, or there was any sense of the tag teams, Arena Grappling started doing tag teams. I think Legacy, shout out to them. I love them too, but scratch that. Legacy, you guys did not, I don't think, I'm not trying to put any hate, but it's like, I'm seeing tag teams left and right, different things. I'm like, yo, you should copyright that or something. But everyone's doing CGI rules and everything is a copycat in jiu-jitsu. Once you learn a leg lock and learn them all kind of things. So it's just like, women's jiu-jitsu is a lot more watchable. From just being a commentary standpoint, because they'll rip each other's heads off. I've been in watching quintets, high-level quintet, and even like blue belt level quintet for NGA. It's a chess game of pieces and matchups. It's not really, you might have a guy that in your team that might be going for the subs, but most of the time it's like what CGI was. It was a draw or stuff like that. But women's, I've seen Maya from High Noon rip off 3 ankles in a row to get her team a win. Like, that's a different beast. Like, that in itself, I saw the women's blue belt bracket submissions left and right. So it's like, I think the guys play it safe because they don't want to get the hot. Everyone gets the IG reels and the Instagram, and everyone has jokes and everything has that. But I'm like, dude, man, if I get submitted and people got 10,000 views on it, like, dude, I just got submitted. That don't mean nothing. Like, look, it was entertaining. It was entertaining. So it's like a lot of people have that weird of, I want to protect myself. And with jiu-jitsu, you can't really protect yourself because you play a safe game, you're going to not win the prizes that you want, in my opinion. But yeah.
Words for life right there.
Yeah. I think that's true too. A lot of guys play for not to lose.
Not to lose.
Because, I don't know, maybe there's been a whole...
It's the ego thing, maybe, like you said. Like, they want to protect their identity a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, I think you said it pretty well. I think it's the dudes are like, maybe they're a little too competitive, a little bit too protective because they play the safer game to get that, minute advantage or whatever it is, get the W that way, just to make sure they win.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you said, if you throw the ladies in there, they're going after it right away.
No, and it's that and the excuses of jiu-jitsu, or of losing your match in jiu-jitsu. And a lot of people don't understand, like, if you go out there and you perform, win or lose, you did something nobody else your team did. That's number one. Number two is win, lose, or draw. I learned, back up a little bit. I've learned more from losing my matches than I've learned from winning, than I've learned from decisions. Well, a little bit more than learning from my decision. And the reason why is because I've learned not to get fucked up again in that position. But when people are mad about, man, I should have won this. No, you shouldn't have. The shit happened the way the shit happened. You got to go back and read the tape. So that's why I get so sick of people always making excuses of why they lost, or it was a pointless fight, or if it was because I've gotten that too from people of like a couple super fights ago about making an excuse because my opponent knee gave out 55 seconds. And when I was back to North Carolina, while I'm on my way to jiu-jitsu, I got news that he said it was a pointless fight. I'm like, dude, this is not pointless. Nothing in jiu-jitsu is pointless. You wanted the smoke, we get the smoke. If stuff happens, you let it go, you move on. I'll give you, for example, I have a guy who's in Pans, which is why I'm really mad, but me and him are chill. His name is Colin Granada. And shout out to him because he's a really cool guy. Me and him chatted up after the Copa Elite 4, I believe. And he's the first guy that beat me at Copa, and he smashed me 15-0. But I'm not here making excuses like why I lost. I'm like, dude was solid. I'm going to get my lick back eventually. Mm-hmm. We have talked about getting my lick back and setting up a fight and stuff like that respectfully. But stuff never weighed out. He was supposed to be at the NGA for the 60-minute bracket for the pit. He ended up having a fight at Legacy. I was offered that fight at Legacy. I wanted him at NGA because I was like, I was gearing up for NGA. He was supposed to be in NGA, and then Legacy came along for
Legacy up in Philly?
I think it's Maryland.
Is it Maryland?
Easton?
All right, so a little further away.
Eastern Maryland one.
Eastern Maryland one? I'm pretty sure. And guys, if y'all listen, no disrespect. I'm pretty sure it's that way.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where I was like, I have an NGA already up. I wanted my second one to be there. Because if I'll go down 2-0 and the only thing I got left is NGA, might as well call it a sweep, brother.
Yeah.
like I was like, I'm good. I do the what's his name? Chad Sunday. He was like, you know what? I'm good. You win for it. I'm off to the sunset type of thing, man. But it just didn't end up like that, and he didn't end up at NGA. It's like, I'm across paths with him again, but it's not no disrespect of like, oh man, he won because my mind. No, I lost because my shit sucked that day. You have ownership about what you do. That's what's the first step about being better at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. If you have ownership. All right, man, my triangle sucks. All right, let's work on triangles for the next 2 weeks. Simple, right? I don't know how to work legs or entanglement in legs. Spend a month doing legs. Sit down, do legs, shoot legs. You're going to eat shit, you're going to eat crow, but at the end of that 1 month, right, you're going to learn how not to get your legs caught, what to do to get your legs uncaught, how to survive it, how to submit, how to keep rolling and still do the exchanges. Because your biggest learning advantage is when you lose. I swear to you is the biggest learning advantage. I swear to you.
We were talking about this last week about like losing your loss, like, and especially in your actual gym, not always in a super fight or in a match, but like you learn, like you will figure out what to do by losing. Yeah, it's 100% correct.
Yeah, because like I would say this for example. So you guys remember they used to call this kid the Black Belt Slayer, Adult Slayer or something like that. That big kid from New York, right? From one of them guys. So I was on their card. I was facing another wrestler. And then 2 weeks prior to that, they gave me the Adult Slayer. And I was like, is this the guy that the guy that was ripping all the heel hooks for a while, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, you can have the Adult Slayer. I was like, oh, he a champ at Nups. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Let's ride it, right? So I spent 2 weeks getting out legs, getting on everything, right? And I was like, all right, he's going to sit down when we stand up. No, he came at me standing up. We banged standing up, got in half guard, everything, got me in leg lock, popped my knee, right? Got off the mat, nicest guy ever, chatted up afterwards. I spent 6 months in a deep hole of learning all the leg entanglements from that because I noticed when I was a purple belt that was the one thing I didn't know. That I couldn't do any exchanges, I couldn't do anything. So I spent 6 months going to Vanguard, going to High Noon, going to Silverback of learning legs because it was like, all right, this is a game where I don't know how to deal with exchanges. You can deal with exchanges on the back, you can do all that, but specifically how to learn from one mistake made me so much better in legs because it was that much of a obsession of, oh, I can just do the cockiness of everybody. I can just do 2 weeks of just getting out of it. I'll be okay. And then you get your knee popped and you can't do nothing for 2 weeks and you're like, I'm never doing this shit again. Like I spent that much time in my purple belt learning legs from one loss, and I think that's the best way. Once you understand that, I tell someone I'm coaching with right now, Pam, who's just now getting into stuff, and she a female competitor and all that stuff. But I was like, look, once you get your feet wet, and once you understand how your body moves and rotates and how to use your body, your losses will become your wins. It takes time. And that's just for everybody. So it's just like, I just tell her that, I tell all the blue belts that, and then, but it's the learning process of that. And people just can't take losses. But you have to learn the losses, man. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 triangle losses at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And I just put me in a triangle.
Triangle, diamond.
Yeah.
We're escaping. We're escaping for 2 months until I'm sick and tired of this move. That's how Dollar breaks it down, man. And that's one of the things I credit him for. Always having that, when you find that hole, he is like, all right, we're going to be doing this for like months. I'm like, let's go. Let's get it. But yeah, man. Doing all that got to this point here of just like understanding where stuff failed, because there's so many times you fail in jiu-jitsu. Like, victories to me they feel great, but I don't learn nothing from there. And I don't really watch tape unless it's my losses. I really don't. I really don't watch jiu-jitsu, to be honest with you. I really didn't watch CGI, but when I saw the comments, I was like, oh, there we go again. The guys are stalling once again. Like, I could tell. And it's just like from that. But yeah, man. Yeah.
I like it. So VGI is coming up, boys.
VGI.
Was it the Vanguard
Gym
Invitation?
Two. Yeah, and I think so. Philippe won last
First
year.
one?
Yeah, Valentine. Okay. Yeah, so he won the first one. I don't think the whole roster has been released yet.
No.
What are the divisions? Let's talk about the.
So
let's go with Jordan.
I'm in the 150 division, which I think right now is 6 people. I don't know who all 6 of them are yet. So I got 150, and then you're in the 200 plus, correct, Will?
Yep. I'm in 200 plus. Right now we have 4. When I did my interview the other day this week with VGI, I asked them, actually, I was like, I know your guy was in there. And I was like, who's the 2 other guys? And they're like, we can't give out names or anything. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm an FBI, and well, I'm not FBI, but I'm about to be FBI direct investigator and through all this stuff. And I found the other 2 opponents real quick.
Did some digging.
I did some. It helps a little bit when you know technology, but I found the other 2 other guys. I think it's a good matchup, man. I think they're doing a nice little rollout. Rumor is we might be having a pit.
All right.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's potentially the same size as the NGA pit, which will be good too, because we both have experience in that.
Yeah,
so.
the NGA pit is very interesting. I think it's gonna be a monster, man. I wonder how. Well, first thing, let me ask you this, Michael. How you think 150 is gonna go for you?
I think. I mean, I don't know who all's in there, but just knowing...
You need him to find your...
dude, trust me. Give me an hour. Give me an hour, 2 hours. I'll find out all 6.
I like it.
But knowing kind of like what a lot of the guys at my weight division do, just like what games they play, I mean, I feel like I have a pretty solid chance. I mean, I know there's some guys he wanted to get in. I don't know if he got them. That will be tough. They'll be tough opponents. But just game-wise, and especially like conditioning and everything, 3 5-minute rounds plays in my favor. Like, if I can stave off 2 rounds of submissions, like round 3 is all me, dude. So
is it sub-only format?
It's sub-only. It is CJI 1 rule set. So it's the 3x5 open scoring. So everything is the same, but it is sub-only. But it's not really.
Decision at the end.
It's ref decision at the end. But there's no points essentially, but yeah, so it's sub only, but
there's a decision at the end.
There is a decision.
I like this format personally.
Yeah.
I like it. I think that 150 is a very interesting division. I think as you play this game of weights, I think 150 is the most explosive in terms of speed. You guys are really fast there. 200 is a different monster in itself. 200 is a bunch of big boys just playing slapstick. I'm really being honest with you. I'm really interested in this one. Like I said, Scott, with me and we were talking about earlier, one of your boys. Shane. There we go. I'm bad with names. I know he's gonna say you're gonna remember my name after this. But no, I'm really excited for that one because, like I said, we were talking earlier. I think he's the number 1 seed in mine, and that's not being just a punk move. I respect champs. That's my thing is if you're a champ in some way, he's a champ of K-Zilla, he's a champ in Maryland as well. I respect champs. If he's a top dog, that's the top dog, and I love top dogs in my division. I've seen him. He was 2 matches before me at Fight to Win. And the only reason why, like, I know the 2 other guys, I want VGI to release their names and all that stuff. I'm not worried. Honestly, after knowing the 2 other guys, they're not really worried of my level right now. I'm only guy on my radar is the number 1 dude. But nah, man, I respect all the energy he brings. I saw the Fight to Win. He was 2 matches before me. Saw him getting warmed up next to me. It was dude's big. Dude's nice. I can't wait for that one. That one's gonna be a very interesting one. And but yeah, if it's gonna be in the pit again, it's gonna be interesting. The last pit one did not go in my favor at all.
You did the 60-minute one, the 60-minute bracket, right?
Yeah, can I tell you?
I want to hear about it.
So when
I watched it, but I want to hear it because we did a debrief on the pit last week. It's our last episode, but I want to hear your take on it because it's new to me. I've only watched and coached it now.
Gotcha. So for my division, so here's the thing that will happen with the King of the Pit, right? Which we're going to be doing for other divisions going down the line from the big heavyweights down. But for me, it was. It originally changed from a format of individual 5-minute matches, like you get linked up like bracket wise, to a 60-minute iron match. Now, my original pitch to Dave and the team was, hey, we do the 16-minute bracket, all this stuff. During that time frame, I was more focused on training than what everything else going on. So him and Diallo changed it to a 60-minute format, right? I didn't really realize it was a 60-minute format till even after the freaking rules meeting. So after I had my, I think Trey was his name. After I went with him 1 time or 2 times in a row, I'm like, all right, I think I just got double eliminated and I'm out. I'm looking at the clock and I'm seeing the rolling clock. I'm like, oh, I'm here all day. I'm here for 6. So that was my first one in a while. I had fun with it overall. It was mainly me, Trey, that was going back and forth. I did go against William Potter in 1 round. Dude's really nice. Dude really skilled. We call him Kim Wonder, me and my boy Mano when we on commentary. Dude's really nice. Really, really skilled kid. Got me in the knee bar too. It was a clean knee bar too.
Was that the guy that had the Gaidama shorts?
The purple. He wore all purple.
Set?
Yeah, the all purple set. I think that's his original fight gear. That
he played a lot of guard.
Played a lot of guard. He sit down guard. Very, very smooth. Very good on his feet. Very that funky style, but he had pressure with him. So, but he's been doing jiu-jitsu apparently since he was a kid. So I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Makes perfect sense. But nah, it was really good. There's certain parts of the pit you don't want to be in. One of them is around the corners.
That's what Mike was saying.
Around the corners is a very dangerous spot to be in when you're in a very, very bad position. People think that you against the wall in the pit is helpful. Yes, it is if you use it to your advantage. But for me, I'm a guy where, and I don't really care if I say this out loud either. I'm going to use the pit wall to get you down. I'm one of those. I know Shane's probably going to do the same way. Use the wall like the cage and try to drag him down. And we're going to use the weight and use everything on there. Because there's one part of the wall where it's like when the walls connect, that corner area, right? That is the worst part, in my opinion, of the pit. Because you can get stuck there from bottom and mount. You can't bridge, you can't do anything. You're gonna bridge into a back take from there. I've seen a line flying triangles. Unfortunately, sorry, Mike, I've seen flying guillotine come from that area.
Yep. We've talked about that in the show.
I'm so sorry, man. My mouth dropped when I was on commentary when I saw that, dude. I was like, but it happens to the best of us. I had got chucked 3 feet in the air from Trey in the pit. So I'm like, dude, it happens.
Was Trey the biggest guy too?
Yes, he was.
I remember him.
He
won, didn't he?
Yeah. And I was like, dude, what did you do before jiu-jitsu? He was like, rugby. I was like,
okay,
makes sense.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Like there's certain things in jiu-jitsu or outside jiu-jitsu that you can cross and be fine. If you're a former powerlifter, this is for you. You just gotta get technique. Rugby, wrestlers, football players, this is just without the padding. That's really what it is. But he was like, yeah, I'm a rugby player. I was like, yeah, because nobody that size is supposed to be able to do flips like you did, chuck me off like you did, and then just move around like you just had this unlimited gas tank. Like, what did you do? Like the next thing what I was going to ask him was if he was a MMA fighter. And he was like, no, I do rugby. I'm like, all right, sense.
Checks out.
It makes sense. Hey, everybody got a background, man. Everyone does. But yeah, I think VGI 2 is going to be very interesting. Christian asked me, I don't know when he asked me back in like September when this was all going down. And I was like, man, I don't know. And then like 2 weeks later, he hit me back. I was like, he really, really wanted people in it. And I was like, dude, I'm in. The second time around, I just had to get clearance from the right people, and I'm all in, man. But dude, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be his best one. And with CGI 1 format, it's going to be the best one.
It's are the divisions just like it's all advanced or whatever? So it's like basically.
I think it doesn't matter your belt. I think it's either blue or above or something like that. But I think whoever advanced is now. I think
there's
purple
some,
plus.
I think there's some like those high level blue belts, but it's supposed to be, it's purple plus. It's like that.
I got it.
Bracket.
I think we'll call it advanced.
Yeah, advanced. But I do think that there's some advanced blue belts in there. What we mean by that is basically you are in that realm of I'm about to be in
competitive experience
enough.
Competitive blue belt.
You have enough background of like I've been to all the local events. Like I want to just throw my hat in the race, and it's like sometimes, and that's all it takes. Sometimes you just need a shot, and I'm all for that. Like if you're a competitor, you're a heavy competitor, and you're like, look, man, this is advanced, and I got the OKs. You might as well throw it in, man.
Let's run it.
Let's run it, and that's what I like. I think that that's how you grow the sport, because a lot of people think that certain companies or places are gatekeeping. It's like, no, you don't have enough tape yet. And that's all. Like, it took me, I think it's quicker to get on super fight cards now than it was back in the day. It took me a lot. Man, if I have to whistle, that's going to be a minute. It took me till right before my last 2 months of blue belt before I got my first like super fight. And then after that, yeah. So it took me like 4 or 5 years to get on a card. Now everybody has a card, and they're allowing a little bit of the white belts to get in there, but it's mostly blue and above. So it's been good, man. I think it's been growing.
Yeah, no, I mean it's all that stuff's been good. Like all those super fight cards. There's so many more now too. Especially like
you can run the gambit up and down the East Coast, man.
Yeah,
you can really like chalk it out. Like I was really thinking about like Pans is what, October 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th, or 3, 4, 5.
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
Next weekend.
The following weekend after that is Jersey. Then we have that break between then, and then the following weekend after that, not only VGI is going on, PBJJF is happening. Their Worlds that same weekend. There's what's it called? Arena Grappling has something out that weekend, and then I think Legacy has something out that weekend. It's like, I think, is that International Fight Week on October 25th?
No, man, I think they did that in
no, that's September.
August. I think they did it in August.
Normally, like, it's weird with jiu-jitsu because sometimes everyone lines up the weekend for fights. It's just like, dude, like, it's an all-day thing.
Well, yeah, like, they're definitely, all the big stuff tends to be on the same weekends.
Yes.
That's
yes.
for sure. For sure. Yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 things the same day as VGI.
That's what I said. I think it's Legacy, I think it's Arena, I think it's VGI, and PBJJF.
I think there's also a Cagezilla that day too.
There is that night.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is freaking crazy.
It's too much.
Dude,
it's good.
It's good, but
spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, man. I think that dude, I think we're in times now where we got too much. Like we said earlier, I think we're all in agreement that it's expanded so much. I think that like everyone has different pots, man. I actually want to ask y'all this because you guys have been just now indoctrinated into Asim's program. I've been here for almost a year. How y'all loving the program?
Oh, dude, it's great. Like I don't think I've felt like this
in a minute. Yeah.
Since, I mean, back when I was fighting MMA, and like, I guess I always felt like fine, but like I wasn't like this. I don't remember being this in shape in like the past decade. Getting all that back. I mean, luckily it came back pretty quick. I mean, I've been with him for 6 months now.
Yeah.
6 months. And yeah, I mean, it makes a huge difference.
100%, man. It's, I'd say like I've been lifting for 20 years, man.
Yeah.
Like for forever. But and like lifting pretty good, I thought. But he got in there. I don't know if I told this story on the podcast, but I texted like all my boys right after I went to have my first one-on-one session with them. And he like immediately, I always thought I could deadlift pretty good.
Yeah.
I could pull pretty good numbers. But he has me come out there to do a deadlift, squat, bench, right? He's like, let's get these numbers. Let's see where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And he immediately is like fixing my squat, he did the most to fix squat and bench. Those were the most fucked up in terms of like technique.
Mm-hmm.
Deadlift too.
Mm-hmm.
But those were the most noticeable insofar as like immediately he had me I threw up like PRs. Everything was a PR.
Mm-hmm.
I like deadlifted 425 or something.
Okay.
Pretty good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had me like fix my stance, fix like what I was doing, like right away, bang.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I could always like deadlift pretty good. I was deadlifting like around that when I was doing maxes, but like I hadn't pulled fucking 4 plates or anything close to 4 plates in years at that point. I just hadn't even been trying to do that.
Yeah.
He had me do it the first day. Then he has me go and he fixes my squat. He fixes my bench. I hit a bench PR. I didn't hit a squat PR, but like I hit like a number on squat I hadn't hit in years. And I had 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. You hit the strong AF. Yeah.
I met the strong AF club my first session with him. And I was like, all right, dude, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyways, like, just, so there's that. There's like the expertise and like, obviously like that same, like him looking at me for like 45 minutes, doing 2 things. I hit 2 PRs and like hit the 1,000-pound club or whatever. And, so like the expertise that he has to do that quick. And then you apply that across the program for months and months and months and months. And then like for you, you've been on it for a year. And
yeah, man.
Cameron's been with him for a couple of years.
Yep.
Like he's got guys who've been done it for a minute and like look at how successful they're being.
Yep.
So it's just like that. To simply put, like for me, like I said, I've been lifting for a long time, but now I got a coach who's actually programming it and it's purposeful. It's thought through. He knows jiu-jitsu. He's been training jiu-jitsu for a long time. So he knows what we need to be good at.
Yep.
And he has results.
Yeah.
He's got fucking results, man. Like I've had a good year in competitions, man. Like I've gotten more gold medals, pretty recent. I've competed a little bit more, but like more gold medals in a short period of time than I have spread out across years. Mm-hmm. And he's making me do a shit ton more conditioning.
Yeah.
Like a lot more conditioning, like shit I don't want to do, but it works, man. It works. Right. So I know I'm very happy with it. And we were talking earlier about like and I did an episode of his podcast a week ago. And we spent I shouted him out and I was stroking his hog on his own show. But I was telling him, I was like, what we were talking about was, and I think this is kind of related to like the competition formats we were just brainstorming on or kind of really poking holes in and shitting on a little bit, but also like there's so many people, it's all spread out. It's all these different companies kind of figuring out what they want to do that makes sense. That's like compelling and shit and is improving both the product, the athletic pool, and it creates more opportunities for athletes. So they're doing good stuff. Yeah. Just like people are kind of winging it.
Yeah.
Is what I see. Because we don't have like a UFC. We don't have, we have the UFC kind of now doing it, but we don't have like that big league. We have several bigger leagues, right? Like big body leagues. You got your ADCCs, you got CGI now, but CGI is not really a league. It's like a once a year thing.
I feel like every road, unfortunately, I would like to run it through ADCC. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, every other year.
Yeah, every other year they do that big one, but I think that it unfortunately has to be UFC. We have to have the same program of the Dana White Friday Contender Series type of thing in those things. It has to be 3 main locations too, because jiu-jitsu is so widespread. It has to be one West Coast hub, Midwest, Texas, East Coast. You can pick your poison, right?
So you know what? I think that then, to me, what that says, and this is kind of where I've been at for a while, and I think things are changing, but like, who does that leave? IBJJF.
Yeah.
They're the most consistent. They're the most like they have their 4 majors, gi, no gi, like for what it's worth, you got to give credit where credit's due. Like they've been the most consistent with a consistent rule set that we all know.
Yeah.
Well, we all know it.
Yeah.
And like we all train for it.
Yeah.
And that may not be your main goal. It could be, but there's a value to that, like consistent, like call it a season, if you will.
Yeah.
Year in, year out, that you're like, all right, like I know I'm going to get good competitors. Everyone's playing on a consistent rule set that we're all trying to at least just go win a rule set.
Yeah.
And you go win a rule set consistently. Then you can migrate into other things and like show that you're the big dog at whatever weight class. Like it takes time. Like you said, it takes time.
Yeah.
But this is part of the challenge of like I don't know, call it the industry, like the competitive industry that we're in. You know what I mean? Like we don't really have like, because even like, we could all probably spend 2 hours talking about what we don't like about IBJJF too. I try to like generally not complain about it because I'm there a lot. And I just don't think there's any value complaining something I'm going to do again. It's kind of like, doesn't make sense for me. But
It's like, I hate it, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah, it's just like a weird thing. It's just a weird thing to say. It's just a weird, whatever. No big deal. So the rule sets are all over the map, but what I was kind of stroking his hog on last week was that, like, all right, man, like things are moving upwards.
Yeah.
I'd say we're in like a call it a growing pain situation, like for all the competitive inconsistencies, like it's moving upwards, but there's no one unified system for it. So we're just kind of watching almost like just like small businesses. These are all small businesses figure out what's going to be the best format in the long run. We're all kind of pioneering it together. So I told Asim on like what he's doing programmatically, he's taking like call it like a pro athlete format, like like football teams have this, wrestling teams have this, baseball teams have this, basketball team, you name it. Like pro sports have professional strength and conditioning coaches who look at the systems athletically these dudes need to be peak at whatever they're doing, and they engineer a program. It's kind of like, like I'm sure every team in every sport like has it done their way. So there's kind of like a little secret science to it too, but they're all doing something similar. They're all doing the same craft. So I'm like, he's the first guy that I know of in our world who really does that. There are probably other guys kind of doing it, but he's the first dude who is specifically saying, I have a strength and conditioning program for BJJ athletes. Because it's a passion play for him too. He loves BJJ, like, and he's it's a good business move for him too. So he's like, he can sink his teeth into that, and it's working.
It is working so much.
It's working.
Man. Like, I would say this, because I've been over there for a year. I've been the longest one here.
You hit that PR today, man. You want to talk about that?
That is not even close to my PR.
Oh.
So let's get to the PR today. So today, I've learned. So one funky thing about the apartment gym that I went to is that it was a floating bar. So floating bar means that I had to put an additional 45 on, subtract it from that.
I see.
Right. So in the picture, it shows 405, but it was actually 360, right? I was telling Asim in my text, I was like, I just pulled 360. I can't put any more weight on this bar because I don't have enough 45s, and this doesn't feel like my max. So I've been trying. I'm the unofficial 1,000 because they have to see me in person for the strong AF, but I definitely feel like my PR in my legs is close to 400 now. I think my last squats, yeah. That was my last one was I think 385, and now I'm about so I definitely think like that wasn't the closest. My chest today, I crossed 300 today. First time I've had done that in 10 years. 10 years.
Damn.
No, before jiu-jitsu. So before jiu-jitsu, I was powerlifting a lot. So I was in these numbers. When jiu-jitsu started, you can't powerlift and do jiu-jitsu at the same time. It kills your whole body. I've done it. I had more injuries than anything else. So I had to switch up my whole jiu-jitsu and workout and work with lighter weights. So I never really, when I got to Asim after years of just doing the regular lifting and not really looking for maxes or anything like that, just having something on the schedule. And this is after I had my kid. It was my PRs. My numbers were like in the mid 700s when I first met him. Then the second time I did the PRs, I was about 895, 900. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'm only like 100 pounds off. That means I need just to add 50 on my legs and 50 on this. And that's when I started hitting my PRs. I think I hit my over 1,000 mark during the summer. And then this one's my second max one after that. But I was in the same boat as you, man. When I thought I had my stuff down in the gym, and everything, and then he gives me the workout routine, and I think the biggest thing was the Bulgarian squats that I complained about. That was on my schedule for like the longest fucking time.
Oh, he'll find the shit you don't want to do that you need to do, and he'll make you do it.
I fucking hate whoever made the Bulgarian squats.
Someone in Bulgaria.
Swear to fucking God, I swear, someone in Bulgaria.
Some motherfucker from Bulgaria.
That was my biggest torture. Same thing with you. My forms was all off. So, but I needed to do an official HQ PR day over there. But,
get it sanctioned, man.
And get it sanctioned. But no, like after I lost, so I was in the program before the Copa Elite 4. And that was this past year, I believe. Yeah. So by the time I got to Copa that time, I was just getting back into myself because I was out comp for a minute. And this was the only thing I will say is I should have took a couple of local tournaments before I did jump back into the big thing. But it is what it is. I took the loss, right? from there, I think I had my conversation with Asim was the next day. I was like, I review everything after a loss. I review eating. I review diet. I review workout plan, all this stuff. So I was like coming in with questions, and he took it respectfully. And that's the one thing I would definitely say. Asim, you can reach out about anything. I'm like, look, man, it's something like up with me. It's something me. Is it the program? What is it, right? And he was like, what's your diet look like? And I was like, my diet's this. And we were going through my diet. He was like, all right, we need to cut out this in your morning. We need to cut out how you snack and and then you're eating at night stuff. I was like, and my protein. Because the one thing I used to do was I always did mass gainers for my protein because I didn't want to eat after I did jiu-jitsu or anything because I was like, I want this to be after everything. I'm good to go. I'm good. But what I found out with my body specifically was that it would just add on pound, like mass gainers do, add on pounds. So even when I wasn't eating, it was still like I wasn't losing the weight that I was losing, and I had to do the wrestling cut like the week before everything. So once we got that down, now that's when everything's starting to kick. Like now I feel like, okay, now everything's at a strong point. Like now I'm the strongest I've been in a while. I am jiu-jitsu yesterday was like, well, not yesterday, yesterday. I was like picking up guys that were 200 pluses from closed guard. Like everything felt like strong. So it's just like working with him, working with the diet, working with implementing that in jiu-jitsu. He's one of a kind and all that. And not only that, he has coaches around him. If you're a powerlifter, if you're a Muay Thai, if you're a wrestler, like those specific programs, not just jiu-jitsu, but those specific programs. And now it's getting to the point where everyone's starting to face each other in terms of comps now. And that's the interesting part that I was kind of highlighting in the last podcast I was in, because I'm pretty sure Shane's using him. I'm pretty sure one of the other guys I know is using him. I know one of the guys in your bracket is using him. So everybody's starting to be in this little square box, and it's like, oh, this is getting interesting now the camp is getting a little bit.
He has to step back like dad, be like, I just hope no one gets hurt. I just want someone's gonna win for my team.
I think that's a beautiful blessing to have, though. Like you have these different people. We're all matching up now. It's all love. Of course it's all love. Because I call him Switzerland. I call him Switzerland. He don't get no mix. He's like, I'm just here. I'm like, that's why you Switzerland, baby. That's why you Switzerland.
He is Switzerland.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's complete Switzerland. Because if you know, I'll step on it. If you know some of the stuff that has gone on within the community, you understand why we call him Switzerland. You understand that. But nah, man, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that because now you see different body types of who he's been working with. And now you see how everyone's doing differently. Like he's working with Tim. Tim didn't lift weights before this. And now Tim's a freaking beast before this. And he's a unit now. Like it's that. He has Felipe from Standard working on him now. Cam been working on him for a minute. Cam's the reason why I jumped in, because I saw how Cam was and I saw how Cam was after, and I was like,
I got to do that.
I got to do what this guy's doing, because the results happened. Cam started winning. Cam started like it's really, he is a unit. So it's just like I can never, whatever I do within jiu-jitsu, I always have to thank Asim and always, like you say, stroke it, because it's just like, to be honest, bro, like I really believe if you're not working with him, if you're not working like with him in general in terms of your lifting, you're not there. You're not there.
You know, there's I like what you said about how you do that audit after a loss. Like, all right, let's pull out the list. Let's look at everything, man.
Look at everything.
And his job is doing that kind of like with you.
Yeah.
Right. So he'll help you do that. And this is a big thing, man. It's like, I mean, there are definitely some guys out there. This is not the norm. I would argue kind of like what we're doing is the norm, and I'll get to that in a second. But there are dudes out there who can just kind of wing it. They can train, once a day, 5 days a week, and they can still go out there and win. But that's never been me, man. Unfortunately for me, like I just have to do extra shit. I was, for better or worse, but when the majority of like your high level competitors are actually doing all that extra work, because most people aren't just gonna show up and smoke everybody. They got to put in the work. And so like when you look at the competitive ecosystem we're in, you're like, hey, we got a guy right here who's churning out champions. Look at how conditioned they are. Like, look at how strong they are. I would even argue just like the commitment to doing that, to saying I'm going to put some skin in the game. I'm going to take this shit seriously. That just says something about how like seriously you take it.
Yeah,
you get serious outcomes.
Yeah, like if you really look at like when I did that, and it was just like a pure, just like, look, man, what is it where I'm missing something? And I do that audit with anytime I take a loss, I do that with everything, which is why like in the beginning, like you can come in and train whatnot. I'll be really honest with you. The reason why I got into jiu-jitsu was because like my favorite UFC fighter was John Jones. Great fighter, bad influencer. So I was like, I used to go and I go out Saturday night with my people, then show up on Sunday morning and try to train and do all that type of shit. And I was winning, but I was like, I'm making it, right? And then you get punched in the mouth, and that's why I was like, I kind of stopped everything else around me. When I realized, I'm like, I notice where if I'm in this mode, I can't be doing too many things at once, right? Because I was telling people this the other day. It's like, if you're going to be a competitor, a coach, a podcaster, you're working full time and or a parent, something gonna have to give, because your mind is so split on what you want to do that you don't know how to focus on one thing. So when you're in the shit, when you in jiu-jitsu, you're thinking about when you're getting smashed. I don't know about anybody else. I think about me. It's like, man, I could have done a little bit more to be in a better position than where I'm at. That's just me. But that's why I got so narrow-minded at what my goal was. In terms of like, all right, if I'm coaching for 2 months, and this is a 2-month period where I am just coaching. Yes, I am training, but I'm not putting that level of, hey, I'm gonna be full on being competitive and doing this. Now, if I'm doing the split job of being a coach and competitor, which I'm kind of doing right now, I tell the people that want that coaching, I'm like, look, right now, it's the time to get better mode right now. If you want rock, you want that kind of style, just come to me to these gyms. I'm not going to coach you. We're going here. We get the work. We download after. We're going to go after the same way. And then we have our one-on-one time on Sunday mornings and like, all right, what did you learn? What did you not learn? Because at that point, if you want to see how the cheesiest fucking thing to say, but the sausage is made, this is how the fuck to do it. It's not getting coaching every day. You have to own up to your schedule. You have to own up to
your free time,
your availability, and your word in jiu-jitsu, and real shit in jiu-jitsu. You gotta own up your word jiu-jitsu. When I tell people, hey man, I'm open up on 7 a.m. or 7, 9 a.m., come through. You need the training, come through. And you don't show up, you get at least 2 times from me. First time, I understand that shit happens. I understand that. Second time,
you're out.
You out. It's pure simple, because now you're wasting my time. Now, it's a more of like, you wanted the work, you were afraid of the work, and or got too stupid the night before. I understand that too. And you didn't want to show up. And that for me is like, you're not taking this seriously. So I'm putting you in a box. And guys, I'm not saying this is just me. I know a lot of guys that do this. I'm going to put you in a box where you don't know where you want to be at right now. And we're going to come back to you. After I'm done with what I'm doing, I'm going to be back. So it's just like, with all that stuff as a competitor, and as you get higher up, because you're a black belt guy, Michael, this is the levels of brown and black of like, and you probably get in now too, because you're doing the 5:30 a.m. classes, right? You're halfway coaching now.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, where's my time going to be, right? And that's where this is the fold of, all right, where is the breakdown now? Where am I at?
Well, like you said, like you're basically saying to yourself, and then you're conveying it to people around you that you're like, hey, I'm ready to make this commitment.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this work. This is the stuff I'm choosing not to do when I'm not on the mat, because this is what I want to be here and like present, awake, serious about what I'm doing. And like, I'm going to do all of this extra shit for for me, but it's also, I'm offering it for you guys as well. You're going to show up?
Show up.
All they got to do is show up and listen.
Yeah.
So if they don't show up and listen, that's like, I get it. Where you're like, all right, man, strike 1, strike 2, you're out. Man.
You're out. And then you have to earn your way back to get outside the box. And then we go through the process again. Because that's the way. And I've been in that position where I flaked on guys. I gotten talked to about that. And that happens because you're like, you think you're taking it serious until someone comes at you and say, bro, you're not taking this serious.
You're not serious.
You're not serious. And then you feel offended because Nah, man, I'm in here 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah, but you weren't here when I asked you to be here.
Mm-hmm.
That kills everything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you show up, my biggest pet peeve, we can talk about coaching, is I don't mind if you're late, right? I mind if you're late and you coming in joking.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. Because I'm not a role model in this whatsoever, because I used to come in late. I still do come in late, but I come in quiet, sit down, change, pay attention, look, dap up everybody, let it be. Then I start joking around once I get past that. But if I'm showing up 10, 15 minutes late, right, I might bark at you. I was like, hey, sunshine, nice for you to join us today. And you say something back, I'm like, this wasn't the time for you to say something back.
Yeah.
This was, hey, get your ass here on time, respectfully, and we can keep it moving. But it's just like, it's those little things. If you want to be a good student, you want to be a good competitor, it's about understanding what everybody's time is. And yeah, like, even with the guy that comes in 15 minutes late, because I have a buddy that does that all the time, I give him grief for it, but I pull him to the side and we talk jiu-jitsu, because I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, because I've been late when Dala is teaching. I don't say a lick when Dala's teaching, because I'm like, if he jokes at me, now I'm at that point where I can joke on back and everything, because I've known him long enough. Like, I can poke fun a little bit, but other than that, like, if he offers the joke, right? And I let that slide a little bit with some of the blue belts and stuff like that. If I offer the joke up and you say something back, it's a level of
the rapport. You've established it, yeah.
You know? But if I know your schedule, I know you could have been here at a certain time and you lollygag because me and you are cool, I'm like, dude, this is not the time. But I also understand family comes first. I'm always 10, 15 minutes late if I'm not teaching, because I try to spend as much time with my daughter before she goes to bed. By the time I get out of class at 9, that girl's going to sleep. I ain't going to see it until the next day. But yeah, that's that level of coaching, man. So I know you are getting the 5:30 right now, which is, honestly, I was a purple belt. The purple belt always gets the crap class.
Well, I'm a early riser, so that 5:30 is not a problem for me. But I mean, I totally get what you're saying though, about like when there's a lot of guys in that 5:30. They like to show. Well, part of it, they like to show up after. I think they like to skip warm-ups.
Yeah.
The rule that I have for that, the rule that I have for the guys skipping warm-ups, is that means you just don't get to warm up. You don't get to go sit in the corner and stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You are entering into whatever we're doing. You're hopping right in the drill. You don't get to sit and watch everybody else practice.
No.
You are practicing. You just have to do it cold.
Yep.
That's why you show up to warm-ups. You won't be warm.
I think everyone has different warm-ups. For me, like, maybe because my class for no-gi is right after the beginner's class. So most of the people already warm up. I don't have to go through the whole warm-up thing. I go right into games or right into something that I tell them the level that we do, and they're pretty warmed up to that point. But it's like, when we're there's a certain point in my class where I go over a move, and that's when people walk in. That's where I'm like, look, you missed the hard part. Now we're doing the student part. So it's just like, it's stuff like that, man. But when you get into this, like that realm of split, like right now you're just coaching the 5:30. It's coaching the 5:30, and then there's coaching on comps, and then you have your comp 2 weeks after that. Like, that's the gradual level that you're going to be at next.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah, we have pretty much the 5:30 is split between, like, half of that group is our competitors, and the other half is guys who just might end up being competitors, because we pretty much just do most of those classes. We're doing like comp style stuff. Damn, mainly because I'm also competing. So like it's like, all right,
no, that's what I do too.
This portion, like, we'll have this little bit of instruction portion, but like, I'm gonna work in this comp style stuff so I can also get a little bit of work in with you guys. And
I got in trouble. once. So we normally do Dollar's been getting on me about it a little bit, but we have like an hour of jiu-jitsu, then we have the advanced gi class after. And then there was one time where he was out. This happened recent, and I got a little bit stuff from black belts. I did a whole 2 hours of no gi. And I did 44. I was in comp mode, so I did 4 or 5 minutes of the games, and then the blue belts, they were talking mess. It's like, we just want open mat. We want open mat. I was like, all right, we do open mat for the next hour. And then they were like, by 30 minutes, they were like, we're tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah. We got an hour open, man.
You want an hour.
You want an hour. We're going to keep on doing an hour. But they didn't snitch on me. But it was just like, I got a text message. I heard you did 2 hours of no-gi. And I was like,
Professor, what you have to understand.
I had to teach them a lesson. I had to teach them a lesson.
We're talking back. And, I had to give them what they wanted.
I had to give them what they want. They were going full-on mutiny on me, coach.
This is a lesson that transcends gi, no gi, man. It's whatever.
It's what it is.
It's work. I had to work.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it's just like, nah, I'm a fun coach to be around. And I'm all for it. But yeah, like I run my ship the same way. If I'm in comp mode, sorry guys, you're in comp mode with me for the day. It just happens like that, man.
I love it because we have a couple white belts that have seen nothing but comp training. So like they don't know any different now. So like it's just what they expect. It's so good. Perfect. Yeah, it's so good because it's like, all right, this is just regular practice. This is just a regular class to them.
No, that same thing happened to the white belt I brought into Pentagon yesterday. I was like, we're doing no-gi for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And with Pentagon, they don't have the AC flowing in certain rooms. They turn it off. So it was hot, musty, sweaty, everything. And she's like, why? Like, she haven't seen the mat that wet in a while. She's like, what is this? And I was like, this is comp class. Welcome to comp class. Like, when people are slipping, sliding, you trying to do shots on a wet floor? Like, yeah, this is comp class.
That's right.
This is comp class, man. But nah, man, that's... It's not talking about jiu-jitsu for like an hour, man. Now I'm itching. But I got two training things next tomorrow, man. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm sneaking one in tomorrow.
I like it.
Where you going tomorrow?
I might just stick to Battlefield tomorrow.
All right, sweet.
I thought about coming down and seeing y'all, but I was like, it's a long drive.
Dude, try to do high noon, man.
At 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm tapering down right now.
Ooh.
So I'm just trying to get something in. Yeah. So I got the last week. So I'm just trying to get something just to move. So I'm like, well, if I'm just going to look to move, I'm just going to do a short drive.
Are you the one of the types that I actually have a question about this because people are very different about this. When is your last day of doing jiu-jitsu?
Probably the day before. I just lighten everything up. So I'll just go to like one or two max a day.
Okay.
So
same thing for you, because I've seen people done the week of no jiu-jitsu.
I talked about this with Asim last week because he was telling me that like he was saying he's kind of like studying what the wrestlers have been doing for years. He says they do like up to 10 to 14 days off. Or at least lighten the load a lot.
Yeah, so
maybe because of the weight cuts.
I just stopped rolling. Like, so I just switched to just like either flow or just doing games.
I mean, it depends on the weight cuts. It depends on if there's a weight cut or not for me. Usually what I will do is, like, if let's say your normal competition's on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
My last training session usually is, and it's not a hard training session, but it's a training session nonetheless. I'm going to go through the full hour. We'll be wrestling on a Thursday. Typically, but it's like just move. The coach will come over and like hit me or a couple guys I know and trust. We'll go through the motions, and I'll sweat. Right, it'll probably be more of a cardio session than anything. But usually week of I start to go light. But like I'd say I have historically done like pretty hard jiu-jitsu sessions by Tuesday. Wednesdays are usually like a whatever Asim has me do, or like maybe just some drilling, and then Thursdays I just come in and wrestle.
Man, I have
Friday off, Saturday game day.
Friday is definitely off for me. I've heard people do the whole week off. I'm like, I can't do that.
I can't do it either.
I can't not.
It would drive me insane. But for me, I used to do the wrestler cut too that week, but I've realized if I'm doing a tournament, I make sure my weight's on par the week before, so I don't have to go through that much. So Sunday is probably my last hardest day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I know where it seems lifting, he changes up the schedule of that, so that's good. But most likely my last hard, I can't flow roll. I mean, I can flow roll, but I just choose not to. Because I'm always trying to be active, man, or play games. I think my last day is probably like Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Friday, at most, I'll run in the morning and I do an ice bath at night.
Okay.
Or I go to One Life or a therapy place. Like I think there's like RX therapy near Haymarket or something like that. Some type of place like that.
Yeah.
And have like compression.
Recovery session.
What's it called? ice chamber, all that stuff.
All that shit.
Yeah.
Asim had me do so. My last tournament was Chicago, and it was on a Sunday.
Okay.
So I had a Friday, Saturday, just nothing. So 2 days.
You probably itching.
I felt good.
Okay.
Well, just because I was like, I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like, and, it feels like forever. And he had basically given me, I want to say like maybe that like 3 or 4 days off on our schedule.
Yeah, because I think his last cut day is Tuesday for that schedule, if I remember correctly.
It's probably the same schedule.
Yeah.
It's the same weekend schedule.
He does that for everybody. So I'm pretty sure the last day is that Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Yeah. I think last one, so I think for IBJJF, he had it go on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But for NGA, he cut me on Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's usually his cardio.
Yeah, right? It's mostly cardio. Yeah.
He wants the body to get that like inflammation reduction or whatever. But I just sat there and just checked in on weight. I was just like, all right, like, how am I doing on weight? Weight was good. So it worked well.
Like if I was at Pans now, I'm 4 pounds. If I made it to Pans, I'm already 4 pounds on the way for Pans for my division.
Under.
Yeah. I was already good. I was good since beginning of September.
So you think about you're doing Worlds, you said?
I thought about doing Worlds. So speaking, let me give VGI another shout out here. So if I win VGI, that's my travel money.
Okay.
My travel money is for any local super fight or future super fight or anything to do.
Jiu-jitsu budget, right?
Just my jiu-jitsu budget. If it gets up to 10 people, please get it to 10 people.
Let's go.
That's $1,000. That at least get me to the Vegas for Nogi Worlds, and I can do everything else.
It'll pay for your flight and your hotel
for Vegas.
It's gonna be the Westgate, but it'll pay for it.
Hey, look, you don't have to be flashy in Vegas. You can be in the crap hole for 3 days. You're gonna find some shit to do in Vegas.
That's right.
I've been on the good side and the bad side of Vegas. You're gonna find it, but nah, like I've thought about it. The only way I get to Vegas is where I win. If it gets up to 10, then I win this out. That's the only way I get to Vegas in my eyes right now. But that's my main. So my main goal, if I do win, is my travel money. I think anytime when I get invited to these type of things for cash prizes, it's basically gambling. And it's just like, look, it's like I'm betting on myself. I'm being honest. So it's like, if we got 10 people in, that's 1,000. I'm putting that money into travel. That's essential. It's like you put in and you get out what you put in, and it's just like, all right, let me feed what I have to do, so I don't have to. I can properly schedule my whole. All right, next thing I got up is Nogi Worlds. Cool, that's gonna be about $500 out of my pocket right there, and then everything else is either Philly, Maryland, or that. So it's just like, all right, cool. Or I just signed up for IBJJFs throughout the year. So yeah.
Okay. You're doing Worlds.
I'm doing Worlds.
Okay.
I already booked it. I haven't booked the flight and everything yet, but I'm doing it. I'm going.
Registered.
Nice, man. And
I figure I'm pretty sure I only have like this season left at Purple Belt, so I gotta maximize.
Man, you gotta do it, man. You
gotta
do
now.
it.
Yeah.
Dude, because Worlds now is in Vegas. It used to be in California. Was Nogi Worlds always in Vegas? It was always in California when they did Worlds?
Good question, man. I mean, I feel like after the pandemic, it all changed. Everyone over there to Texas.
Because what's it called? Now, Master Worlds and Jiu-Jitsu Con are now both in Vegas the same week.
Worlds is in...
Buc-ee Worlds is still in the Long Beach.
In the Long Beach in the Diamond Pyramid. Yep. I think they're always going to keep it there because it's the pyramid.
Yep.
But the only thing that changed was Pans. Pans used to be California, then they went to Florida, and then they moved it to New York.
Well, they were in Texas for a little while too.
They were in Texas for a little while.
Texas and Florida, and now New York, like you said.
COVID. That was probably COVID.
They fucked it all up for them. Yeah. And they had these like I don't know. I guess they had these habits or whatever you call it. It was in the same location. It's like predictable. It makes sense. And I like Vegas.
I love Vegas.
I like it for Worlds.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation. Because here's the thing. Because if you lose Worlds, right, there's a dispensary like 10 minutes down the way.
There's 50 dispensaries.
It's like if you lose Worlds, like, oh, okay.
If you lose Worlds, you go to the dispensary. You win Worlds, you go to the dispensary.
You win-win. You win-win.
No matter what.
And then you're going to see your guy at Fremont Street drunk.
Well, and 90% of the people in Vegas are also like
there for fights.
They're or super bummed anyways because a lot of people have lost shit in Vegas. So
yeah.
You're at
Dude.
least you're amongst
You can't have a bad
company.
time.
Dude, I swear to you, Vegas during Worlds is probably one of the funnest times because you run into everybody. Dollar especially, he runs all his old friends, and I'm like a freaking security guard when he does that.
That's fun.
But I've been to Dollar's a big poker player, so I've done the team meeting, team dinner in Vegas with all the team members, and then Dollar look at me and is like, "You ready?" I spent a whole night on the tables with Dollar playing poker, and I thought this man got stamina. That man we were on the tables till at least 1 a.m. The longest I've been on a table was with my boys when I did my bachelor party. That was blackjack, and that was on Fremont Street. Reason why I mention that is because you want to do blackjack and you want to do blackjack on Fremont on the old strip.
Lower minimums?
Lower minimums and hand deals.
Okay.
Everything on the strip is electronic except for poker, and poker's hand deals. Or hand shuffling and hand that. And same thing with the blackjack is hand shuffling for Fremont. So we were on there till 3, 4 in the morning. We got there at 10 o'clock. $10 minimums, raised it to $25.50 by 1 a.m. We were there so long, we got grandfathered into the minimums. And we knew both of the freaking dealers that were coming back and forth. So if one of us got up real quick or we didn't have money or anything, we came back and sat down, they would just deal us in for the $10 because we were there the entire night. So it was so fun. That was the longest.
They want to keep you there. They don't want to give you a reason to walk.
No, because I lost won money, lost money, won money, lost money, won my money back, lost it, won it all back. It was a hell of a night. But if I tell anybody to gamble, go to Fremont. Go from hand deals, hand shuffling for the blackjack, which is the only way they do that on the strip. And then, off the strip is old strip. Sorry about that. And then if you're doing poker in any room, they do the hand shuffling. So you're straight with that.
There you go.
All right,
man.
I like it.
I think that's
that.
That is that.
That is Fighters Drinking Coffee. So Will, before we get into our stuff, where can they find you? And I'll get this from you too, so we'll put in the show notes.
Gotcha. So you guys can find me on Instagram under the hype 3_ if y'all really need that. You guys can find me on Facebook, Will Bullock. You can follow my Dreams Not Fame podcast. We should be having new episodes probably by October, guys. I'm sorry, I'm busy with everything else right now, so we're gonna have new episodes coming dropping soon. Dreams Not Fame podcast, all one word, in Instagram and on YouTube.
Love it.
Awesome. Check him out. He's in comp mode right now, guys. He can't focus on all those things. It's too much stuff.
I can't.
I get it. But yeah, man, so this was Fighters Drinking Coffee. Thank you guys as always for listening. That was Will Bullock. Thank you for coming by. And you can find us on Instagram. You can get me at Get Suzzy. You can find Scott
at Scott Dance BJJ.
And definitely follow the podcast if you aren't already at Fighters Drinking Coffee. That is on Instagram. You can also find us on YouTube, all of that. But biggest thing, follow, subscribe, review the show. Reviewing the show is a big deal. Hitting those 5 stars, it moves us up the algorithm, helps us get in front of more people, helps grow the reach, grow the community. And down the show notes, you'll find the Discord. You can hop in there. It's slow growing. We're learning, but hop in there. We do some stuff with, we ask people for questions for guests and anything like that. So we do get around to answering the questions from the listeners and all of that. So we also are going to be we're waiting on some designs. But we're going to be having some cool new gear in the near future for you guys.
Hell yeah.
And so there'll be some sweet stuff there. But so yeah, thanks for listening, guys. This was Fighters Drinking Coffee. Bye.
Peace.